no tan solo. Desde luego, rigurosa. Que se subo competitivo. Ya que sea gracioso o no, ya cada uno interpretará lo que tenga que interpretar. Así que nada, lo dicho. Nada, en estos 2 minutos vamos a empezar ya con lo que es el streaming de Red Bull Televisión. Pero bueno, para los que estáis aquí no tendría mucho sentido que sintonicéis, pues porque vais a tener una pedazo de pantalla que tenemos puesta aquí encima nuestro para ver todo. Nosotros vamos a estar narrando, informando, intentando pues, aclarar las dudas. Hay veces, en este caso no tenemos comunicación con los jueces, como es el caso de Grands Prix, pero pues intentaremos facilitaros toda la información. Hablando de Grands Prix, tenemos una fecha en breve, pensáis que tenemos el tercer round de Grands Prix, la temporada 2016, que está siendo espectacular, y donde los institutos de cada torno, y además de una manera impresionante porque tenemos la World Summer, ese evento espectacular que se celebramos en el Instituto de Ricardo Torno en Valencia, el fin de semana del 11, 12 y 13 de junio, nos vamos a ver aquí en Valencia, junto al tercer round de Grands Prix, tendremos el TCR World Tour, campeonato internacional multimarca, es un nuevo libro, vamos a ver. Es un campeonato de turismo, que es el campeonato de turismo más importante del mundo, donde los equipos oficiales de marcas como por ejemplo Honda, Volkswagen, Lincoln Co. han estado corriendo históricamente de nuevo en la misma. Lincoln Co, tío. Lincoln Co es la primera marca china en ganar un campeonato mundial y lo hizo en el TCR y no vamos a hablar tampoco, no vamos a dar promoción de ninguna marca en concreto, ¿no? Pero siempre mola que haya marcas que pongan ahí equipos oficiales en los diferentes campeonatos y Lincoln ha sido la primera marca china en ganar el mundial y ha sido ahí en TCR, pero es que estamos hablando de un campeonato de carreras de turismo donde en clasificación puede tener los 10 o los 15 primeros en menos de un segundo. Así que las carreras están siempre llenas de atención. Lo vamos a tener junto con el campeonato de Spain, que hablando de Spain, solamente ha habido un wildcard que haya podido pasar al Top 32, que no vamos a tener ahora, que es Rama de Patrasesca. Pero no es el único piloto que ha corrido desde Spain, porque también tenemos a Diego Correia, también tenemos a Yassan Panet, tenemos a varios pilotos de los nuestros que han podido correr en pruebas de Spain.
Stop now, I was just getting started. Level up, start my engine and I rev it up. Once I get the green light, gotta go, let them know they better step on up. Yeah, dog, I'm in that zone, while I grind hard while you at home. You talk about it, but I be about it, cause you won't talk no backbone. Strap in, buckle up. I'm on a 10, I'm on a level 10. I wanna win, and I wanna win again. You thought I was done? I'm hoping it never ends. If you wanna run, then I'm on a level 10.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Drift Masters Championship. It is round 2. We're in Madrid at the Jarama circuit and it is a beautiful day as we get ready for our Top 32. The fans are filling up the stands. The paddock is busy with all the cars getting prepared. It's going to be a huge day of battles. Now, yesterday we had our qualifying. James Dean topping the box with a 97-point run. This circuit is heating up. We've got huge track temperatures, but it's going to be all to play for today in the battles where it all matters. So let's take a look at our calendar so far. We have 7 rounds this year. We're at the second stop right now. Next, we head on to Mondello Park for the Red Bull Drift Masters round in Ireland. Then we head to a new location in Finland. And we've got the Iron City, Riga Baby, and then all roads lead to the PGA Narodowy for the big Red Bull final at the end of the year in Poland. Now, let's take a look at where this story started in Italy, where Conor Shanahan managed to take the top spot.
Well, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Drift Masters Round 1 2026 live here from Rome in Italy at the Vallelunga circuit. We had a hot, heavy top 32 and things are only going to get better from here.
Yeah, it was absolutely wild. I mean, a couple of upsets in there, some controversy, some deep dives into the rulebook. It's kind of everything that you would hope for in a top 32. But now that is over, the break is over, our tummies are full of espresso, and we are ready to go for top 16.
The man that probably showed him the way, showed him the light in drifting. Here we go, through the gears and off to initiation. Britton and fires in. Oh! Big contact on initiation.
Oh, front wheel on front wheel. I think Larry hit him before he had a chance to get on throttle.
It's always unfortunate these things happen, but we'll see how they go.
Shanahan now to lead out Kevin Passeur as they Shanahan gets that car up and gone straight away, no messing around. Kevin Purser gets into it, parks BMW onto the door. Oh, and he makes contact and rotates Shanahan around. So Shanahan's off the handbrake.
You're right.
Purser hits him, watch, Purser hits him, tags him again. Shanahan then has to get on the handbrake and then Purser hits him again. Decision's in, it's going to be Kevin Purser, ladies and gentlemen, getting the win. And you can see Shanahan visibly upset there. Two guys that have been driving together for years. Jumps into the final outside zone. Oh! McKeever hits him wheel to wheel across the line. Dwayne McKeever out of our top 8 and James Dean into the top 4 already. Swiatek leads out Shanahan for a spot in the final against James Dean. Who will it be? Shanahan jumps onto the back bumper. Big flick initiation. Shanahan, though, not lost in the smoke. A dive across the circuit as Swiatek gets into the final zone and across the line. Every single battle decision's in. Left for Shanahan, right for Swiatek. It's going to be a one more time. It's going to be a one more time. The last spot in the final awaits as they fire in to outside zone 1. Shanahan in onto the rear wheel. Keeps his distance this time, keeps it clean as they both wobble coming through inner 2. Fire down to outside zone 4 and Shanahan matches and mirrors the angle, goes for a little cheeky dive onto the door of Swiatek as Swiatek now opens up the throttle. Big transition coming through as he dabs the foot brake into outside zone 8 and it's clean for Swiatek out front. Can Shanahan make a move right now in outside zone 9? And he will, but right across the line. It's going to be Connor Shanahan taking it through to the final to battle against his very good friend James Dean. Dean comes off the line in the Ford Mustang RTR through the gears as the sun sets in Italy. They fire to initiation, Dean onto it straight away, and look at this from Shanahan, 4 through 5. Shanahan can't be shaken, back across the circuit. Shanahan goes for it on the foot brake, but Dean's lead line just leaves him out of outside zone 8 early. Shanahan again, absolutely disgusting transitions. Who is going to take the win? Who will win round 1 of Drift Masters 2026? It's Connor Shanahan! Connor Shanahan wins round 1 of Drift Masters 2026.
Well, from the start again this weekend, it's been great, and great job to my team. Good job, everybody. Italy, thank you for having us. It was a pleasure to be here to showcase Drift Masters. A win in 2 of the biggest drift championships in the world at the start of a year. It doesn't get much better than that, and let's try to keep this ship rocking.
Target on his back seems to be shaken off. He looks super strong heading in to round 2 in Madrid in Spain.
Well, there you have it, Connor Shanahan winning last round in Italy. But this time last year, it was Oliver Randalou, the Estonian man, stood right next to me, that won this round here in Madrid. Oliver, are you feeling pumped? Are you ready for today?
Yes, I'm really ready for today. As I was saying before, last year when I came here, I struggled a lot. Now I understand the track, so I'm feeling actually really confident.
Now, yesterday you put a great score on the board with 90.2 in qualifying. What is the track like out there right now?
It's really fast. There's no such track like this. The first corner we measured almost 160, going to the slower corner. So yeah, it's really fast track.
What does it take to win on a track like this? Because a lot of drivers are struggling with it. We've had a few words from some of the other drivers saying, you know what, it's not my favorite track, but you said you didn't like it to begin with, but now it makes more sense to you, more logical. Explain that for us.
Yeah, basically, it wasn't all perfect runs, but after every lap, after every battle, it got better and better and better. So yeah, I was feeling more confident, and like I said before, just made logic for me.
Now, last year was your first ever win in Drift Masters. Can you tell us what that felt like to stand on the top of the podium for the first ever time?
Yeah, really emotional. I wasn't expecting this because I was struggling so much at the beginning. So I was lost for words. Yeah, it was like a new emotion unlocked for me. So, and it was definitely one of my dreams from the bucket list to win an event in Drift Masters.
Now, for people watching at home, I don't think they quite understand the stress that our Drift Masters drivers go through when you pull up to the line. Can you give us sort of a rundown of what's going through your mind when you pull up, you see the lights, you click it into gear, hold the handbrake? What's happening up there?
Everything. Yeah, you think about all of the things, but luckily once the light goes green, boom, you're in your mindset, and that's the only thing that matters.
You get into a good flow state, right?
Yeah, I don't actually think then anymore.
Well, that's all the thing you've done. Well, we're going to wish you good luck for your top 32 battle. We're hoping you have a great event today, Oliver. Very much good luck. Right, guys, it is time to get into our top 32 battles. We've got some massive ones coming up. Which one's going to be your favorite? Boys, I want to hear from you.
Thank you very much, Becky. Well, we have a whole host of battles that we are looking forward to. And I'm going to say, this is a whole top 32 tree. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 2 of Drift Masters, all the way from Madrid in Spain. My name is Ian Waddington. I'm joined by my very good friend, Jacob Gettins. Jacob, yesterday was nothing short of an absolute movie, and I'm sure that today, like last year in 2025, top 32 will be a story that we talk about for many years to come.
Yeah, I completely agree. We saw drivers testing the limits and a lot of them going past those limits. And after taking a look at practice earlier, things have cleaned up quite a lot, which is great because we don't want to see any more cleanup today.
No.
The bracket is absolutely absurd today.
It certainly is. It's absolutely stacked. Let's take a look at what the weekend schedule is for today. Obviously, yesterday we had qualifying, and today we are live right now for top 32. Top 16, we go live at 3:50 p.m. local time, and that was when we bring all of our top 16 drivers out onto the track in front of all of those adoring fans in the grandstands and around the track. Let's take a look at the qualifying results from yesterday, who stacked up where. We know James Dean took the top step in qualifying, and there's a whole host of drivers that were looking so strong though, Jacob.
Yeah, it's wild how high those scores got. I mean, take a look at that first page. Those first 8, they're all 91 and above. James Dean with a 97. Losing a couple of points here and there, just getting a tire off zone. But other than that run was almost perfect.
It certainly was almost perfect. Well, let's take a look at it right now. James Dean off the line in that Ford Mustang RTR. 97 points, Jacob. Judges saying there were only a few points left on the table. For us, it was a highlight reel run.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, he able to get that car to basically run the edge of the track all the way through, and it's as close to perfection as we've seen in a very, very long time. I mean, the 100-point qualifying run still eludes him right now, but the way he's driving, I mean, it's not going to be long.
It's certainly not going to be long, to be fair. I mean, James Dean was a man that was unfazed yesterday, untested, we like to say, because he took that top step in qualifying and no one could come close to him. This is how the driver standings are right now after qualifying, after those points were added. As you can see, Conor Shanahan still leads the pack to Irishman strong at the top of the table, but a whole host of European drivers hunting them down from behind.
Yeah, we're pretty young into this season, but seeing drivers like Nicholas Bertrands all the way up in hits right now, Dwayne McKeever in 5th, Paul Korpolinski, one of those drivers that's one of the best on the grid that if yet to win a championship. The fight is on. The fight is on.
It certainly is. Well, let's take a look at a track from inside the driver's car. We're going to do it with the one and only Piotr Wiańczek.
Hello guys, my name is Piotr Wiańczek, and let me take you through the layout of round 2 of Drift Masters 2026. And here we are, the initiation of the track in Jarama circuit. We are switching gears from 1st to 4th, going through the 1st outside zone, through the 2nd inside zone, through the 3rd outside zone, and up there we are catching the top speed, which is around 150-160 kilometers per hour. So after the biggest deceleration on the track, we get the outside zone 4, where we drop the gear and try to stay full throttle to the next transition. This corner is a bit, let's say, nerve-wracking for me, because last year I got my biggest crash. Of course, our focus is to stay before the white line and perfectly aim to the arc as the outside zone shows. So that's it, guys. Thank you for joining me on the track preview of Jarama circuit. Fingers crossed that this year this track gonna be more in favor with me.
Well, there we go. Yep, hardship for Piotr Wiańczek last year here at Drift Masters, but hopefully this year things go a little bit smoother for him. That wall, as you see yesterday in qualifying, removed for 2026 to make things a little safer. Just that gravel trap now that is covered by those banners, just to try and stop the amount of gravel being thrown across the paddock. Let's take a little fly through of the circuit. You can see the zones that we were talking about earlier on. I mean, specifically, zone 1, where the car needs to be right on the edge of the circuit is a touch and go.
Yeah.
So it's been labelled as a touch and go. Then outside zone 3, and then 3 to 4. 4 is the difficult part, Jacob.
Yeah, and really it starts with 3 though, because if you leave that box a bit late, you're going to be carrying too much speed and you're going to be on the wrong track. If you come out of it early, you've really got to scrub a lot. And I think a zone that we haven't talked a ton about, but a lot of drivers have struggled with, is going to be zone 8. It's a spot where it seems kind of unnatural. You're taking more of a natural racing line though, which isn't always the natural drifting line.
Yeah.
But we saw a lot of drivers struggling to get in there. And one of the things that judges said to me when we were watching practice is, if you miss that, it's actually easier for the chase driver to stay on your door. It's kind of a tough spot. So judges know a lot about this, and we might as well talk to the head one right now and see what he thinks of this track.
Yeah, this track is really, really demanding. It all starts with the first corner. We want from drivers to have decent amount of the angle. We don't want to see that somebody will be just like lacking a lot of angle just in case of getting speed. So we would like to see angle in the first corner. Then, as you said, it is very demanding transition to the outer zone 4 and deceleration. There the drivers needs to be very precise. With the curbs, there is a lot of discussion about the curbs between fans. We are allowing the curbs, the driver, to use them. However, it's small deduction, just to keep that in mind. Then we're coming to the last corner, and there is very important to follow the deceleration map and be on throttle as soon as possible to get the last corner right. Then we are getting to the lead driver, what he needs to do, and that is hit all clipping zones, basically doing the same thing as they've been doing yesterday during the qualification. So we would like to see as perfect a lead run as the driver can do. Then we are having the chase driver responsibilities, and the chase driver needs to be as close as possible. Proximity is the king. Then it depends how many tools he needs to use to get close as possible, and then we will compare chase to chase and choose which chase run was better.
Thank you very much, David. And there we go, the battle rules. That's what our judges are looking for, of course. The judges in our tower, David Kalas, Tormo, Rasmo, and Chris Witowski down the end. Let's take a look at what our top 32 looks like, though, Jacob, because we've seen it.
Yeah.
We've been drooling over it all night, but today you guys get to see it if you didn't tune in yesterday or you haven't seen it on our Driftmaster social. This is what's coming up this afternoon, and one you picked out, Jacob, straight off the bat. Hit us with it.
Yeah, Jack Shanahan, Clint Van Oort. I think this is just going to be absolute chaos. They're both insane chasers. They have no mechanical sympathy, and I really do think it's going to be a little bit of carnage. What about you? What are you seeing on this?
It's got to be the opposite side of the bracket. Dwayne McKeever, Harry Kerr, Heat 15, two very good friends, two incredible drivers, two incredible driving styles. Again, it's going to be another stylish battle where two guys are going to go head-to-head, no messing around. I'm super excited for it, but hey, let's not take anything away from the rest of the grid because it's absolutely stacked. Well, the grandstands are full, the paddock is ready, everyone is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on, it's time for Top 32. Well, here we go, we're on the line, ready to rock and roll. And straight away I'm being told in my ears that James Dean, the higher qualifier, is opting to chase first. Now, I spoke to a few drivers in the paddock this morning, and they said that they don't think there's an advantage to be had here with the swapping of lead and chase. James Dean wants to maybe test his theory first off the bat with his top 32. He's got Kevin Pascotti to come up against, that's for sure. Not a man to be sniffed at, a brand new build for 2026, the GR86 Toyota chassis with the 2JZ. Dean inside the car, the nod of the head, the test of the steering wheel. He's going to slam that Ford Mustang RTR into gear. It's the first battle of Top 32, round 2. 2026 Drift Masters is underway as they fire through the gears. Pascotti to lead out Dean as they fire in to that first touch and go outside zone 1. Pascotti on a nice wide line now, opens up the throttle, sticks it to the edge of the circuit. Dean, a little wobble in the background, just waiting the anticipation to see what Kevin Pascotti's going to do as he now tries to tuck up on the back bumper, almost takes it off the back end of that Toyota. They come through the inner zone, go wide. Dean onto the front and rear wheel.
Great way to kick things off. I mean, a very, very clean run. You got to remember these drivers have been iced out a little bit for a little over an hour.
Yeah.
Because these drivers on the left side of the bracket, they get the first practice So they got a bit of time in between, but it also means they got time to relax and chill out. But that's not always the best thing. And I'm not seeing any signs of fatigue here because everybody's looking great. Pascotti has a really, really solid lead run. James giving him a little bit of respect, keeping back a bit, but then decides to charge in right here, which is what the judges want in some ways. They don't want you to overcommit and create an incident. They'd rather you hang back for a second and then charge in as opposed to just making a bunch of contact. James gets caught out just a little bit on that transition at 7. So that's the one spot where I'm kind of like, okay, that's interesting. That's very rare that you see him do that. Now, I don't know if maybe something happened with Pascotti, if the transition wasn't as clean, but James does a great job of adapting to it as we get this beautiful onboard footage of one of the greatest chase drivers of all time. Ooh, was there a bit of a touch? Or James just grabbing handbrake and falling back?
I think he was grabbing handbrake to pull the back of the car back to avoid contact with the back end of that GR86. Incredible chase run from James Dean. As you say, nice clean, a few little mistakes dropping in there from Kevin Pascotti, especially on those inner zones. As we get him back on the line, swap him around. Dean now to lead out Kevin Pascotti. And I wonder, the tyre degradation that we spoke about in round 1, drivers saying they're not getting it here, but maybe it is under the bright, hot sun of midday Spain, where they fire through the gears. Dean to lead out Pascotti, and look at this from Pascotti straight away. Already knows he can trust Dean, but he's got himself caught up on the inside. Early transition. It's going to be way on the inside as Pascotti now mirrors the angle, tries to find the front wheel on that Mustang as they fire through, down onto transition. As you can see, Pascotti back into it once again. Looks for the side of the Mustang as Dean puts in a clinic of a lead run.
Yeah, whenever we look at this, whenever we're kind of comparing the runs, you always look at the lead first. At least for me, I go, okay, was the lead incredible from both drivers? I think James has got a bit of an edge on that lead. He really went back down through that 97-point run that we saw earlier in qualifying. And then you go, okay, so leaning a little bit towards James. Then you go more towards the chase. And Pascotti does a really, really good job here, but I still think James got a bit better of one through some of these transitions. James was just following him all the way around. It does take Pascotti a little bit of time to get into that zone and really start to tuck up into the side of that big old Mustang RTR. So it's going to be a tough one here. There might be some spots that the judges are looking at that I've missed. I think Pascotti was really, really aggressive in a lot of spots, which is great. But really it comes down to how long you maintain that proximity in the chase, how long you're mirroring that lead driver when you were following in behind.
Yeah, exactly. I think there was looking back at the replay, a lot of areas where Kevin Pascotti was shortcutting the circuit to try and gain a bit of advantage, knowing that James Dean was going to drive away. And you can see, look here, down way on the inside on that inner clip. And a judge is saying that, sacrificing that line on some of those zones wasn't what they were looking for. Here we go, decisions inside of left for Pascotti, right for James Dean. And it's unanimous. James Dean gets the win, and we lose Kevin Pascotti from competition. Such a shame. The Hungarian driver piloting that new chassis. Going to take him a while to get used to that new chassis. So this is all learning for Kevin Pascotti.
Yeah, coming off the BMW, this is a big change.
Big change. Yeah,
very different car.
Yeah, very shorter car, smaller car for Kevin Pascotti to get adapted to, and also a whole new engine platform as well, switching from the supercharged V8 in the BMW to the 2JZ power in that Toyota GT86. We go back on the line to the next battle. It's going to be Benedictus Cherba to take on Espen Road.
Espen in practice looked really, really good.
Yeah, I didn't catch any of Espen Road's practice runs earlier on today, but I know that Benedictus Cherba was in the paddock earlier looking a little stressed out, the team running around, looking over the car. So I wonder if there may be an underlying issue with the car. As I mentioned yesterday in qualifying, that car underneath the bonnet is like a brand new car. It's so clean. Espen Road, look at this, the young Norwegian. Those laser-focused eyes, double thumbs up to the start line, Marshall Martin as he slams that car into gear, already creeping off the line. He knows Cherba's fast as he now starts to rain through the gears. Cherba to lead them in. Big flick from Benedictus Cherba as he absolutely stands on the throttle. But look at Road, right on the back bumper. The Norwegian is absolutely flying. Cherba goes wide on outside zone 4, but holds on to it. Espen Road gives him the room now. Espen Road looking for the dive down the door. Espen Road not messing around. Straight onto the rear quarter of the BMW across the line.
Wow. So I got to spend some time with the spot. I know, I would be pumped too. I get it. Dude, same kid, same.
Wow.
In practice, the spotters get time with the judges. It's called spotters help. and Espen came around on a chase run. I can't remember who he was chasing. It might have actually been Sherba. And the judges looked over at Espen's spotter and said, if he does that same thing again in battles, he's got this. And he did it. That was exactly it. He was very, very aggressive, super, super committed at every single transition. Look at how far over he's got to look too. He's checking everything. Tons of handbrake, but he does a great job of keeping it in the right spot. It didn't feel herky-jerky in the chase. No. Right? He's using that tool correctly. Sherba looking a little bit short. I mean, this is part of it. Went really wide through Fort. Good job for Sherba for not binning the car. Because if you back out of throttle at that point in time when you're coming around 4, it's a solid chance you're going into the gravel. So good job through there. But Espen Road, man, wow, he's coming together.
I mean, we're talking about spotters, and it's been a highlight focus of our behind-the-scenes vlog here at Drift Masters this weekend. And I mean, what do you tell Sherba if you're his spotter right now? Do you say to him, hey, that kid was literally riding the door on the rear wheel the whole way around the circuit?
I mean, Sherba's going to know a little bit. It is a left-hand drive car, so he's going to feel it in a lot of those zones. So I feel like you're going to know a bit, but if you're the spotter, you say, hey, you've basically got to repaint his car.
Well, here we go. Look at this. Sherba back on the start line, way back on the start line for a nice lead in. Both cars slamming together. They wait for that green light. It's going to be Espen Road to lead out Benedictus Sherba, Norway, to take on Lithuania right now as they fire through the gears. We know Sherba's an aggressive driver. What can he do in the chase against Espen Road? Road a little wobble coming into outside zone 3 though. They fire through. Sherba waits, lets him adjust, and now gets on it. Oh, attacks him and puts himself into a spin. And Benedictus Sherba, looks like that may be an unforced error from Sherba as Espen Road finishes up the run.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look. I mean, I think from first glance, I definitely agree with you, but the replay is going to tell the whole story. I mean, especially when we get into drone view and things like that. So what we're going to want to watch for now is, did Espen Road do anything funny? Did he come off throttle? Did he decel in the wrong spot? Where was he on track? There's a lot of different things that the judges are going to be looking for in order to deem fault. But off the go, Espen Road is very, very fast. Maybe not a ton of angle coming through that section. As he comes through 4, it looks pretty tidy here. He's got one wheel that's just on the edge of it, but not nearly as deep as what Sherba had on his. And we can see those ninja hand moves that are making it very apparent what he's doing in the cockpit.
Well, this is the outside zone where the contact or the over-rotation happened. You can see Espen Road not on the handbrake.
Yeah, no, he's on throttle.
And that is clear-cut evidence.
Yeah.
You can see he's on full throttle. Yeah, he's a...
Sherba's surge is pretty hard.
I think Sherba scared himself a little bit there. I think Sherba went for the dive, knew he was going to probably make contact.
So he is hopping a little bit back there. He's right on the edge. I mean, for me, Espen's exactly where he should be. And it looked like Sherba just kind of came in with, there you go. You can see it right there. He goes in, then he's got to check up the rear. And unfortunately, he's got nowhere to go. But to me, Espen was in the right spot. And a beautiful shot of,
hey,
I know. We're just fans. We're just fans with thoughts and opinions. That's all
we're just going to clarify that again for anyone out there watching.
We talked about this during the break. We're commenters. We do commentary. We make comments on things.
On things, yeah.
Yeah.
And we love this sport as much as anybody else. And we always repeat ourselves constantly, time and time again. We are here enjoying ourselves, watching drifting as fans.
Yeah.
And the decision's inside him, left for Sherba, right for Espen Road. It's going to be a one more time. So it's going to be a one more time. David Kalas, I have to quickly come to you. An interesting one there, David. Quickly talk us through that.
Yeah, that one was definitely not easy one. It all comes to outer zone 4 in the second run, where we needed to assess that situation, which happened there at the coming out of outer zone 4. It is needed to understand that we are looking on the lead driver if he's doing any mistakes. So the leader was coming out of the outer zone 4. He did a small adjustment to get to an air clip, which we said on the briefing it is allowed to when the chaser was getting into outer zone 4 with very, very small angle, and then he get up the grip and lunged forward, which that combination of two things caused that problem which Benedictus was having, and we needed to assess which driver was more to blame, and we decided that the blame was coming to Benedictus.
Thank you very much, David. Yeah, slight mistake there with the graphic. It wasn't a one more time. It was Espen Road taking the win. Yeah, the unforced error. Benedictus Sherba just took the dive, couldn't slow the car down, ended up putting himself into an over-rotation. Right, we're going to clarify that. So not a one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Espen Road getting the win, advancing through. We go back
You can
to
update your
the
bracket at home, yeah.
Yeah, update your bracket at home. I have to update my bracket too.
I know, same.
Right, Nicholas Burton's on the line to chase down Jakub Puszczonski. Puszczonski, a higher qualifier, opting to lead first. So Puszczonski in that 2JZ powered Toyota GR86, just alongside Nick Nack.
Nick Nack has been very, very fast.
I mean,
he's very fast.
The speed that this full carbon Kevlar BMW carries around the track is unbelievable. Can he control it though? We've seen that with Cherma knocking himself out of a battle. What can we see right now? They come off the line. Puszczonski to lead out Nicolas Bertans for a spot in the top 16. And look at this for Bertans, straight on the side of that car. Oh, big mistake though from Bertans. Checks himself up, gets down the inside. Now starts to fight. Look at the aggression, that BMW popping up and down as he beats on the clutch and the handbrake to try and park it onto the door of that GR86, trying not to make contact, go wheel to wheel across the line.
Yeah, this is one of those times where chasing first for Nick Nack actually did not go in his favor. That may have been a strategy call from the Kuba camp, where they went, hey, we know he's really quick. Let's give him the fresh tires in the chase. We know he's going to basically have all the grip in the world, and it's going to make him have to really fight the car. You can see every time he touches the throttle, that car wants to launch. If I was Kuba's spotter, that's what I'd say. Let him chase first. He's going to have all the fresh rubber, and we want that. We want it to be difficult for him to chase. Kuba's run, I mean, it's definitely a bit slower, but it's very clean. It's all the transitions are super, super nice. He gave all the opportunity in the world for Bertrands to be able to chase him. Just Nick Nack's car wants to go real fast.
Look at that.
You can see it.
Gains speed is unbelievable.
Well, look how soft the suspension is, right? Yeah. He touches the brake, the front end dives. He touches the throttle, the back end squats. Like, this car is meant to go fast. Kuba's car is just very smooth. I bet you it's a pleasure to drive.
Hey, stop trying to get
I know I'm going to get in there one day, but it's okay.
One day.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the retired cars that no one uses.
That's probably for the best, yeah. No, it seems smooth. It just seems like every transition kind of comes to him. The self-steer in the car seems quite good. So, yeah, great run. Smart, strategical move as well. Now they're going to swap it around. The question will be how much tire does Kuba have on his? And can he keep up with Nick Nack, or is he just going to let Bertans potentially make a mistake up front?
Yeah, I mean, this is, I mean, I don't know whether, I mean, in Italy, it came into play the strategy of leading first and chasing first, so on and so forth. I don't know if that's going to be an advantage. We're going to find out more as we go through today here at round two.
Keeping track.
You're keeping track of who's leading, who's chasing. I mean, we're going to see it. Bertans fires that car into gear, that carbon Kevlar V8 BMW comes off the line, chased down by Polishman Kuba Puszczonski. Look at this, Bertans absolutely up and gone. Wow, what a gap off the start line as Bertans fires into outside zone 4. The grip he has dialed into that car is absolutely astronomical right now. And you can see Kuba shortcutting the circuit, trying to find some proximity, but there's nothing in it.
Wow. Did you see the tire flying off of his car as he launched?
Yep.
When he came up to the run-up, there was just bits of rubber flying everywhere. That's a car on a different level. And look at the gap. You don't see that very often. I mean, this track has a very, very quick run-up, but I gotta say the Bertans did a really good job in the lead too. Was he shallow in a couple of spots? Yeah, for sure. But I think he's kind of figured out how to drive this car with this much grip and still be able to hold on to it. The inside zones are where he was clearing, but he is in a different time zone at this point in time.
He came from outside zone 4 to outside zone 5 on 3 wheels.
Yeah, and he barely checks speed. Look barely checks any speed through there. That's mental. I'm curious how the judges how they play this out, right? Because he did chase well. Was it a little bit herky-jerky? Yeah, for sure. But Kuba's not even in the chase.
I mean, look, proximity is proximity. No proximity is no proximity.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
Wow.
The bits of rubber. Oh, my gosh.
Look at that front wheel. That's 4 inches off the tarmac. And this track, really, when you go down, and I went down earlier on and watched some parts of the circuit while the guys were practicing. And where they are, that inside zone 8 is so hard. Here we go, decisions in, left for Puszczonski, right for Bertans. And yeah, there we go, unanimous. Nicholas Bertans gets the win, advances through. And I mean, if it continues like that, I'm not sure that anyone on circuit can catch him.
It's gonna be interesting. It's really gonna be interesting.
Well, there we go. Around the circuit, the fans start to pile in, ready for it. And look at this. Laurie Heinen, ladies and gentlemen, makes it to the line. Now, if you haven't seen the story unfolding on social media behind the scenes, and for what we spoke about yesterday, the engine was damaged in that car. Before we send him off the line, let's hear from Laurie Heinen.
Track like this, you need to be fearless. Like, we have the long diesel zone coming onto outer zone 4, and that's a really challenging part. I think we have everything that we need to win, so that's our goal.
Well, interesting fact, they changed that engine overnight at Mopar, Dodge, NASCAR, V8. They didn't have the right crank bolt for the car. They couldn't find a crank bolt. They needed a machine shop. It just so happens that the slide hammer they had was exactly the same thread. So they cut it down, they made a crank bolt in the paddock, and he's off the line, ladies and gentlemen, taking on Roman Kandrasenka in that incredible Mercedes AMG GT Coupe. But look at this from Heinen, a fresh engine is no fuss as he fires that car to outside zone 4. Kandrasenka doing a good job, goes a little wide, gets himself checked up now, has to get back into it, needs to shortcut, dive onto the door of Heinen, but he can't find the pace to keep up with a former champion as they cross the line.
Wow. I didn't know the slide hammer thing. I was trying to keep up on that story. You got the scoop, baby.
I was down there this morning, bright and early, and I walked in and they said the only thing that's going to stop us is the crank bolt. He said, we need a machine shop. They couldn't find one, and they happened to have a slide hammer in the paddock with exactly the same thread.
That's crazy.
So they made a crank bolt.
That's amazing. Well, Larry does not look fazed by this at all. He is back out there. He is looking completely solid, and I mean, it's so good to hear that he is back out. Rahman, he's doing a really good job in the chase here. This is a big step up in his driving career to be able to come up and do this. I mean, he is the Portuguese champion from 2024. He's second in Spain in 2024. Like, he's a very decorated driver, but so is everybody on this grid. So this is a big step up for him. He does a great job in the chase.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting car. We talked a lot about it yesterday. He runs a GT wheel in it with a 1-to-1 steering rack, so he only turns his hands 90 degrees. It's got that double handle steering wheel. It's not round, so he has to feed every transition. Very interesting. There's a lot of talk when this car came out if this was going to be the future of drifting. Not many people have adopted this yet, but I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. Well, they're back on the line, Roman to lead out Laurie Heinen as they get the green light. They come off the line, the 2JZ Mercedes AMG GT Coupe fires into initiation. Laurie Heinen, a weird initiation. Looks like he's struggling maybe in the background as Laurie Heinen seems to be falling away, and he's got no power by the looks of things. Oh, and Heinen shuts it down. Roman Kandrasenka is going to finish off the run, and it looks like our wild card is going to take a step into the top 16.
Wow. I mean, I am absolutely gutted for Lowry. It feels like, I mean, I don't know if he was coasting all the way out. He's got some power, so I wonder if they lost a blower belt or something like that. It's tough to say, it's just a guess, but Rahman out front, I mean, his initiation was a little bit spooky, but once he got that car out, he looks really good. Look at the speed he's got throughout this section too. Larry must have lost power very early on in that run, but yeah, for Kandrasenka, man, this looks great. This looks great. He's going to have a tough battle potentially with Nick Nack, but it's a great way to start off his weekend.
What two cars to battle? Carbon Kevlar BMW and
maybe the most expensive vehicles we've got on grid.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, it seems that the curse of Spain for Laurie Heinen continues. The misfortune here just can't seem to shake it off his back as the Finnish man will go down. I'm sure we'll hear word from him of what exactly has gone on with that car. And that crank bolt me and Jacob are talking about holds on the pulley setup, the powers the Pro Charger that gives that engine that bit more power it needs.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that homemade bolt has broken, and unfortunately may have lost power. It sounds like it's still running down there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So look at that. Decisions inside of left, behind and right for Kandrasenka. It's going to be Roman Kandrasenka getting the win. And advancing through, we lose Laurie Heinen. I'm sure we'll be able to catch up with him over the course of the rest of today and find out what happened with that car. Such a shame.
Yeah, such a shame. But for Rahman, he is very, very excited about this. Fans loving it. I'm loving it. It's a great story, too.
It certainly is a great story. Well, we're going to head back down to the start line to the next battle. It's going to be Juha Rittinen to take on Yves Meyer. And I was getting word in my ear that Yves Meyer was struggling with a misfire in this Toyota GR Yaris. And it looks like the team have got it working perfectly. Our start line marshal down there just take a look over. Juha Rittinen in that lead position. The higher qualifier opting to lead first. So he sits in the car, ready to rock and roll. The double fist pump to the steering wheel, the shake of the wheel.
Oh, look at those eyes.
Juha Rittinen focused as always.
Leading first has not gone well so far.
No.
So we'll see.
We'll see how it goes, yeah. Yves Meyer, brand new car for 2026, a 2JZ powered. So a GR Yaris, absolutely destroys the tyres off the line. I think he might have broken drive shafts coming off the line there, Jacob, as now Juha Rittinen fires away. No, looks like he's up and gone. And
we got word it's a restart light.
Oh,
we're trying to shut down Juha. There he goes. I did hear...
Oh, we have oil on the track, as I'm being told, that not only is it a restart, we have oil on the racetrack as well. I wonder if Juha Rittinen... Now, what side of the start line is that from? If our start line camera can pan up. Oh, this is in the chase line as well.
I heard at the very beginning metal on metal sound. I don't know if we can do a replay with sound, but you could hear just the unfortunate sound of metal on metal. For Yves, that is terrible. Hopefully it's not a big leak all the way down and we're not sitting here cleaning for a long time, but...
Okay, right, so just going to give it a clarification going on here. It wasn't a restart. The light was signaled to the flashing light, which would normally indicate a restart, but the light was signaled by our start line marshal, Marcin, after he see the oil on the side of the track from Yves Meyer to prevent a full oil down of the circuit, which we see plenty of that yesterday.
Yeah, thank you.
Our start line marshal, Marcin, got his brain in first gear, quickly pressed the button to alert everyone on track that it needs to be stopped. Yves Meyer pulls that car off circuit, and let's listen to the start, Jacob. You heard something.
Yeah, we'll see if it picks up here. Do you hear that metal on? It's tough to hear. It's there though. For someone with as much hearing damage as I've got, I definitely picked it up, but there's a metal on metal scratching sound. Sometimes it could be brakes or something like that, and maybe it's not what's causing this, but...
And incredible, in the background, you could see Marcin, our start line marshal, run over to that side of the track, see the oil, look up and instantly press the red button. So he knew to stop the run to prevent an oil down. And what was weird for me was that Yves Meyer came off the line and absolutely blew the tyres off the car.
Yeah.
And then couldn't get any traction and left Juha Rittinen to up and disappear. And this is when he sees our marshal with the red flag in his hand and he pulls that car off the track.
Well, they do say that often, engines run absolutely top tier right before they blow up. So,
yeah, they do, yeah.
I think
it's proven. It's proven,
happens.
yeah.
Oh, man. So hopefully it's not too bad. But for Yves, that's probably going to be, it's going to be it for his weekend.
Yeah, well, we have a 2-minute timer, as you can see there on the start line, counting down. And unfortunately, Yves Meyer won't be making it back to the start line. We'll have to get him recovered off of circuit. So there we go. Juha Rittinen sent to receive the result. It's going to be an easy one for Juha Rittinen as we make it official and drop that score onto the screen.
There it is.
And there we go, yeah. Juha Rittinen getting the win. Advancing through to the top 16. Unfortunately, we lose Yves Meyer. Such a shame. We're looking so good in practice earlier on as well today. And a lot of cars plagued with issues this weekend.
I think just the amount of practice that they've gotten in the last 2 rounds is kind of unprecedented. I mean, we've done a really, really good job of making sure that everybody's getting a ton of practice. We're coming in earlier, sometimes a full day earlier, just to make sure everyone's got it. And I think that some of it is just these cars are not used to being beaten on this much this early in the season. Yeah. You know, there's always that talk. I mean, more last year where drivers like, well, I only got 6 laps before I went qualifying. That's not the case. There's drivers getting a dozen or more.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, these guys getting a ton of seat time before main competition starts, qualifying and top 32. So these cars being put through the Paces Plus as well, a very short amount of time between round 1 and round 2. We do have a bit of a break now before we head to round 3 in Kildare in Mondello Park for the home of Irish drifting.
Oh, a lot of oil.
Yep, so you can hear our start line Marshall Martin down there just saying that we need to check the track, and we're going to tow Yves Meyer on the grass off of the circuit. You said it was a rally car yesterday.
Yeah.
You cursed him.
Yeah, I know. That's what
I have
happens.
to go down there and apologise. He gave you a big tin of sweets as well.
I know. He was great. We actually had a great chat yesterday and kind of sat down for about an hour and a half and just had a really, really good catch up because, back when he's driving on the other side of the pond, him and I were always good at keeping in touch. And yeah, I was like, we haven't had a good sit down in a while. So I got a bunch of lozenges. Like, you sound a little hoarse. I'm like, well, I always do, but I wanted to make sure.
That's your brand. Your brand is the hoarseness.
The gravelly voice.
The gravel,
yeah.
But there we go with the fans showing their appreciation for Yves Meyer as he gives them a wave as he makes his way around and off of the circuit. And once again, a really good attendance here. Day 2 of Drift Masters 2026 round 2. Right, we were worrying and wondering what happened with the Finishman Laurie Heinonen. Well, no need to wonder anymore because Becky Evans is down there with Laurie. Laurie, Becky, what's going on?
Yes, guys, I'm down here with Larry right now. And Larry, the big question, we saw you losing power. We were all asking, what happened in there?
Yeah, I lost the supercharger belt going into the second run. I noticed doing the U-turn going onto the line, I noticed no power, but I tried.
I love the way you say I tried. Unfortunately, that is you out for this round. But we'll see you at the House of Drift in Mondello Park, and hopefully we'll have a better result there. Thank you, Laurie.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for my team. They pulled an overnighter, changed the engine. That was that engine's first run. So thanks for the team. Thanks for everyone for the support.
Thank you, Laurie. Guys.
Thank you very much, Becky. Yeah, confirming what we were saying, Jacob, it was that homemade crank bubble that kind of let them down in the end. But hey, look, props to Laurie Heinen's team. Just goes to show you the true grit that these teams have. They'll change.
Just for a chance.
There's been 4 engines changed in the paddock last night.
Right? Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. Right, we're back on the line, more action. Jack Shanahan, Clint Van Aert. This is one you highlighted. This is going to be a highlight reel battle. 2 drivers with incredible style. 2 drivers that drive 110%. Very similar driving styles as well. They both said, look, I'm not worried about this battle. We both know each driver's just going to go heads up. It's Shanahan to lead out Clint Van Aert. Ireland to take on the Netherlands right now. They come off the line. Shanahan through the gears. Clint Van Aert slams their car in the gear. Oh, he's been left sleeping though. The Shanahan is absolutely up and gone on outside zone 3. They fire down. Van Aert now trying to keep some ground up. Shanahan falls out of outside zone 4 a little early though, as now Clint Van Aert is able to gain back that lost ground onto the front wheel. Clint Van Aert almost takes out Shanahan and across the line.
That was almost what we were expecting. Clint went into a little bit of desperation mode there.
Yeah.
He got left at the line for sure. I think he just lit up the tires a bit much. Look at Jack's launch. Clint's slow off the line. He definitely was a little bit slow off the line, and Jack's launch was incredible. Clint got caught spinning a lot of wheels. Now, as we came into 4, Jack is on that lower line, and that gives a bit of an advantage there to Clint where he can really, really dive in at that point in time because Clint can go even lower. It's kind of permission to really cut a ton of line at that point. Then as they transition out, I thought there was going to be contact right here. Clint comes in with a ton of speed. At the very last second, he backs out. Jack's car is really quick, but he's not getting out to all the zones. So we're starting to see drivers maybe looking for a little bit more pace in it, but unfortunately it means that the line driving is not quite where we want it to be. Great transition there from Clint as well. But yeah, look at this. Really goes in for it. Jack is in full lock. He's actually got to pull some of that lock out to drive down that bank a bit more and pick up that inside zone. This is one we talked about in the preview. And it does allow Clint to really stay in the pocket.
It certainly does, yeah. I think for me the biggest mistake there was Jack dropping out of outside zone 4, firing on big angle as well at outside zone 7. Yeah, uncharacteristic of Jack, and again, I wonder if the track conditions have changed, if it's, it's now 1 o'clock local time. sun's at its highest in the sky. The track will be as hot as 22 degrees here in Spain today. So we'll see how they get on as we swap them around. Clint Van Oort to lead out. Jack Shanahan, they hammer through the gears. Already smoke billowing off the back of that S14A. 2JZ screaming as they fire through, and shallow on outside zone 3 for Clint Van Oort now, but he fulfills all of 4. He goes a little wide, dials on the angle, almost over rotates.
Whoa!
Stands on it. And it's a mistake from Clint Van Oort, as Jack Shanahan now gives him the room to manoeuvre. Clint finishes up the run. A whole host of errors there between those two guys.
Yeah, this is them just really, they know they have to push hard. They know they've got to go all out when it comes to their competitors, and it means big angle, it means big style, a ton of speed. Unfortunately for Clint on that run coming through 4, looks like he just came a little bit too close to the edge of the track, and there is not a lot of traction out there on those painted sections. So we'll see. He's really, really biting into the man. Very aggressive. And you can see it right here. He's trying. He's clutch kicking. He's working. He's trying to find any traction. Tried to drag the clutch a bit to find some traction, but unfortunately nothing. Once you get out there, once you're over that blue, there's not a lot you can do.
Yeah, we spoke about it quite a bit yesterday in qualifying, where we see a few guys go off that blue painted section on the edge of the circuit over that white line. David Callas was saying, in the driver's briefing, super slippery. If you get a wheel on there, you expect to have no grip, and that's kind of what happened to Clint there. He got himself super wide, couldn't get the car to react, and then as soon as he did drop back onto the circuit, he's way offline. You can see Jack there just kind of sticking to his own thing. He stays on that qualifying line, has to reinitiate. A massive mistake there for Clint Van Oort.
It's got to be a bit of a sigh of relief for Jack Shanahan, because the lead was not amazing from him, and this is a bit of a gift.
Jack
helping him with his helmet.
Yeah. Clint couldn't get out of the car.
And they're pitted across from each other too. So
here we go. Decisions in left for Clint Van Oort, right for Jack Shanahan. It's unanimous. Jack Shanahan gets the win. Clint Van Oort. He knew inside the car.
Yeah.
Well, so the guys are around the grandstands enjoying it. Plenty of Irish flags in town. Becky's down there with Jack Shanahan. A lucky escape for Jack on that one, Becky.
Congratulations, Jack. You're through your top 32 battle there, but that one looked like a bit of a moment as you're coming into outer zone there.
Yeah, it was a bit sketchy. My lead, to be honest, wasn't fantastic. I think the nerves got the better of me a small bit. Car didn't feel the same as practice, so I was kind of caught off guard. But obviously in the chase, then I tried staying with him all the way to 4, and then I could kind of see he was going a bit too fast for my opinion. I was like, right, if he holds this, he deserves to win. So, yeah, no, he obviously over-rotated. We got the win, and yeah, we've got a bit of time now to go through the car, make sure it's all good. Looking forward to top 16. I think it's against you, Renton, and be a good battle as well.
Jack, can you give us a quick track update? Obviously, we've had a little oil down. It's very warm today. What, from your point of view as a driver, is it like?
It feels okay, to be honest. The car felt a little bit loose this time, but I don't know if it's because of the change of temperature. So I don't think the oil was too much of an issue. Just on the start line, there's a small bit of oil. The rest of it's not too bad.
Perfect. Thank you, Jack. We'll see you in top 16.
Thank you very much, Becky. Yeah, a little track update.
Yeah, I like it. No, that's great. Thank you, Becky.
Yeah, a little slipperier.
Yeah,
the track.
Interesting. A little greasy.
A little greasy now the sun's come out. Here we go. We're back on the line. Should be Marco Zaccaria will take on Piotr Więcek, and we're hearing word in our headset. And Marco Zaccaria has unfortunately lost another engine in the car, and he won't make it to the line that they're waiting for that clock to count down, give him the time. There we go. Get the thumbs up, and it will be a buy run for Więcek. And Peter Więcek will take that one any day of the week against Marco Zaccaria. Zaccaria looking good yesterday in qualifying as well, consistent lead line. And this will be a buy run for Więcek.
He's using it for practice, though, that's for sure.
I mean, and why would you not? Not much of a break between the end of top 32 and the start of our top 16. So track conditions probably won't change that much. Yeah, look at that big catch of understeer as he comes through that inner zone. But still laser focused.
Yeah. It's been had a couple of conversations with Tarmo, who's obviously a setup and suspension master in the drifting industry. Pardon?
Guru.
Yes, Guru. I like that. And we're talking a lot about the grip setup, and one of the big things that he said to me that kind of is just sticking in my head is like, yeah, you can He's like, if you make a lot of grip, you've taken away grip in the front. Like, it's a balance. If you add it here, you have to take it away there. That's just how this works. I was like, that's a solid point, and something I think is overlooked. Put a bunch of rear grip in, you need to find the front to hold it back, and I think even Piotr had a little bit of a wake-up call coming around there as that car understeered, but either way, that team is so good. They'll get it figured out, but just interesting to see him, even on that, yeah. He's pushing down to get to that spot, but you could see him. He had to go a little hand over hand. Is he waiting for the win?
Yeah, he's waiting for confirmation.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Professional race
Very professional.
Very professional.
Yes.
There we go. We do make it official. Viensek gets the win. He bows his head, thumbs up to the camera, blows a kiss to his family, probably watching along at home, and waves to the crowd. He'll go back to the paddock now. Time to reset. Look at that run. Give the rest of the team some info on how the track is. We go back on the line. Oliver Randalou to take on Jakob Kroll. An interesting one. Randalou, as we said at the beginning of the show, Becky did the interview, won this round, the debut round in 2025. What can Randalou do this time? He's been hunting down a win ever since. Looks very cool, calm and collected inside the car. But he's taking on Jakob Kroll, who, for me, was a little bit unpredictable yesterday.
Yeah.
Kind of threw down a nice qualifying run, but then a bit shaky on others. We know that this Polishman comes alive in twin battles, but what can he do right now? That carbon Kevlar S15 creeps up onto the side of the E46 BMW. They hammer through the gears. Randalou to lead out Jakob Kroll. Nice initiation from both guys as Kroll fires more angle at it. Oliver Randalou goes for a big transition across the circuit on the handbrake, but look at that from Jakob Kroll. Fires the car down, washes it up into the door. Randalou giving him a real nice lead line at the moment to follow. Goes a little deep there, and Jakob Kroll stalls up once again. Needs to find the side of that BMW, and he can't.
Oh, man, I mean, Randalou is picking up where he left off last season as he's absolutely bathed in smoke. I went to buy him a fan to clear that bad boy out.
He's got loads of fans.
Yeah, tons of fans. All right, you beat me on that one. Yeah. It's a really solid run. Jakob Kroll felt like he's trying to be a bit more aggressive in the chase here, but I think Randalou's car is just that much faster. As there we can see Kroll now getting into it. Starts to find his way into the side of the BMW, but it really never felt like Kroll got settled, where he was able to find the correct spot, the correct line, and really hold proximity. It's a solid run. Like, it's not a bad chase by any means, but to take down Oliver Randalou at this point in time, I think it's got to be a little bit closer. Now, as we swap it out, I think we're running into a similar scenario where you've got a really, really fast Oliver Randalou and maybe a smoother Jakob Kroll. So when we swap this back around, what's that going to mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Oliver Randalou is going to be able to slow that car down. It does look incredibly hooked up once again. You can see, watching back on the replay, that Jakob Kroll was having to shortcut some of the circuit to gain an advantage, trying to gain that proximity back that he'd lost from Oliver Randalou. And I'm not sure if Randalou is able to tame that beast that he has underneath him this weekend, but nevertheless, if he wins this battle, he'll be unbeaten in Spain.
The upside is that he's kind of burned off a good chunk of his tires at this point in time, so it's going to be a little bit easier right now. But yeah, you're right, he would be unbeaten in Spain. We'll have to keep that stat going.
Here we go, off the line, Jakob Kroll to lead out Oliver Randalou as they hammer through the gears. A lot slower initiation. Let's look at that, right down on the side goes Oliver Randalou, hunting down the Polishman as they transition back for outside zone 4. Randalou takes use of the curb to slow that car down. Look at this from Oliver Randalou, real clinical, real clean chase from the Estonians as they fire in to the last outside zones. Randalou takes a gamble, puts the wheel onto the side of the car and across the line.
Yeah, Kroll's lead was exactly what I was expecting. It's very smooth, it's very fluid all the way through. Randalou does do a really good job, though, of holding the car back. I was kind of keeping an eye out at the front wheel to see if he was going to be just absolutely locking up the front left, but he doesn't. He's doing a great job of modulating without locking things up, without making it look like he's fighting the car. Kroll gives him such a solid lead to chase, though. It's going to be interesting for sure. We always compare lead versus lead, chase versus chase, but it's the sum of both parts. Kroll's lead is phenomenal. Not that Oliver's was bad by any means, but I think this is going to be a bit harder of a decision than maybe first glance.
Yeah, mistake there from Oliver Randalou. Fired that car in, and you can see had to check up a little bit and give him the room. Looks a lot further away from that shot than it did from the first initial shot we see on our broadcast. There's some beautiful slow-mo shots from our man Addy down there from Red Bull TV with that phantom camera.
And remember, the judges are able to access all these views. They've got their own little replay machine, and they get to see everything that we don't.
They certainly do. Well, here we go. Decision looks like it's dropping in. Nervous wait for both of them. Slow left for Randalou, right for Jakob Kroll. Who's going to take it through to the top 16? It's going to be Oliver Randalou. And Randalou carries on the hunt here in Spain for another podium. And as we said, unbeaten in Spain so far.
Yeah.
This is the reaction down in his paddock as those guys receive the news he gets to win, and his team incredibly happy. Oh, they left him hanging. Oh, man.
Come on, cameraman. Get involved.
Some Estonian fans around the property as well this weekend. We move it across from one half of the bracket for Phil to the next side. Up next, Pavel Korpelinski, the surgeon. Takes on Jarko Jula, a young Finnish superstar in that incredible Toyota JZX 100.
Yeah, very, very consistent Pavel Korpelinski. I mean, his rankings over the years have just gotten better and better every year. He's well within the top 10. So, I mean, every battle now is just another chance to gain that top spot in the championship.
Yeah, someone asked me last night, why do you call him the surgeon? Why did you and Jacob nickname him the surgeon? And I said it was because he's so clinical.
Yeah.
Every move he makes on circuit, every time he puts an input into the car is so well thought about and planned, and in a split second.
Yeah.
It's just so clean, and to be able to do that is difficult, especially when the cars are so gripped up, they're so turned up. You know, you make one wrong move in these cars. We've seen it. Understeer, you put the car too wide, you'll overshoot a transition, you'll hit the chase drive, the lead car. It's not easy to position the cars where they are. And for me, I think Pavel Korpelinski is one of those drivers that never really seems to make too much of a mistake.
No, when he decides to put a movement into the car, that's where it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't see a lot of corrections.
It's meaningful.
Yeah, especially his onboards, if you watch it, he'll never reach for the handbrake and not use it.
Yeah.
If he's going for the handbrake, he's using it. It's like one really good pull and that's it. Like, he might do a few, but it's every movement is very purposeful.
It certainly is. Well, they're on the line, ready to rock and roll. Will be Korpelinski to lead out Jarko Jula. They come off the line to JZ, screaming right now. Circuit as they hammer through the gears. Nice initiation from both of the drivers as Pavel Korpelinski leads them to the edge of the circuit. Big flick from Jarko Jula. Backs that JZX 100. I didn't think he was going to hold on to it. Jarko Jula is on an absolute mission this weekend as he transitions once again. An incredible lead line so far from Korpelinski, but Jula's ripping.
And Jula. So we know Pavel's going to throw in solid lead run, right? It's in the notes. It's what's going to happen. You more or less expect it. And as a chase driver in Jarko Jula, you're going to be like, okay, cool. I can hang with this. I know I can throw it hard. I know I can keep up with him. Every transition I can go for a bit of a dive. And Jarko Jula does a great job there. He actually adds more angle in the chase than what we see in the lead. And that is something that the judges talked about. If you can over angle him while still keep proximity, then go for it. Unfortunately, Jarko does lose a little bit, but he fights back. It's not like it looked like a desperation move. It looks like he was just trying to outstyle Pavel Korpelinski, which gives me a lot of high hopes for our next run with Jarko. Is he going to throw something really big in there? And he is locked in. Yeah, he's such a fun driver to watch too. Look at that. Look at that in-car. So focused. Now he blinks.
I was wondering if there was contact across the line there, because he was so close when Korpelinski flicked that car back across, and it looked like both of those cars just touched. What a very incredible chase and lead, and the lead we expected to see from Pavel Korpelinski.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the couple things that are keeping him away from winning a championship is those big runs where he throws a ton of angle in. Like, if you look at, our previous champions, in James Dean and Piotr, in Connor, in Lowry, they have the capability of throwing something special out there. And that's the difference between a competitor and a champion.
Yeah, I think it's a style aspect.
Yes.
Can you throw something at it that everybody believes isn't going to work, and then it does work?
Yeah, the clench moment of you're about to bin the car and you pull it off, and everybody's standing. That
is a champion moment.
And that's what you need in the finals.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And that's kind of what's been eluding Pavel Korpelinski, is like, he gets to the finals, he's still running incredible runs.
I think they did make contact. We got a little bit of damage there. I think
there we go. New tools.
More tools.
That's a good one. Oh, he put a washer on. What a nice guy with a washer, too.
Tech screw through the door into the quarter panel.
Good technique.
Yeah.
might have to go bigger on the next set. We're going to
get some longer tech screws, maybe.
Yeah.
Invested some like 2-inch ones.
Yeah.
Went Imperial for that.
I love the role reversal we're doing here. It's great.
There we go, thumbs up all round. Marcin presses the button, the green light will flash. Jarko Jula will come off the line to lead out Pavel Korpelinski for a spot in the top 16. Look at this from Korpelinski on the back bumper already. Nice initiation. They both push wide, but look at Korpelinski down on the inside. No messing around for the Polishman, absolutely mirroring the angle of Jarko Jula. They fire out to the outside zone and there's no shaking Pavel Korpelinski, but Jula throws big angle at it and upsets Pavel Korpelinski. Now has to make a dive across the line.
Well, it's going to be a tough call. This is going to be a really, really tough call. It is that difference between a very stylish driver, a very fun driver in Jarko Jula, and an incredibly clinical driver in Pavel Korpelinski. Jarko Jula, I was kind of expecting even more angle at 4. I thought he would really throw it in. He kind of saved it for a little bit later in the run. Korpelinski does a great job in the chase all the way through. There was no point where I felt like he was really lagging behind until it came to that last section of the track where Jarko decides he's going to sling that massive car around, and Pavel kind of has to back out a fair bit. You can see it goes for the dive, but Jarko keeps a lot of speed with that much angle too.
And he's still on such a really good line as well. You watch the front wheel straight through the middle of that inner zone. Look at this, boom, straight through the middle, goes nice and wide for 9 across the line.
This is a tough call.
It's going to be a tough call, that's for sure. It's going to be down to splitting hairs on the, as we say, the lead to lead, chase to chase, and
look at the amount of rubber. We saw so much of it yesterday that, you know, there's just big hunks of it getting caught up in the front tires.
Yeah, there we go, both guys out of the car, ready and nervously probably awaiting the decision.
Agree.
I'd say the spotters probably don't know what way this is going to go. Left for Korpelinski, right for Jarko Jula. And it's going to be Pavel Korpelinski. Keeps it clean, as always, and advances through to the top 16. We lose the young Finnish driver. Look what it means to the surgeon.
That means he knew there was a chance.
There was
he wasn't
a chance,
take it.
yeah. He knew that was close, and his team and spotters probably also knew the same thing. Well, very interesting. We go back onto the line to our next battle. It will be Kevin Passeur to take on Connor Falvey.
It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, it will be a fun one. Kevin Passeur opting to lead first. I wondered if Passeur would be one of the younger ones that opted to switch things up, but taking the option to lead first. Connor Falvey in that 2JZ Carbon Kevlar S15 to give chase. 4 Carbon Kevlar BMW M50 Turbo sits on the line. We know that Kevin Passeur's car is absolutely unbelievably fast.
Yeah.
There we go. Car slams into gear as Connor Falvey waits for the light to go green. He's creeping. Look at the look across as Connor Falvey waits for Passeur to fire off. Big flick from both guys. And look at this from Connor Falvey as he now tries to mirror the angle, mirror the transition. They fire in. Falvey's bumper already down off the back of that car as they fire through. Passeur on a ripper right now as he gets into the second to last outside zone. Connor Falvey makes a dive onto the rear wheel, up and across the line.
Yeah, Passeur's car is fast again. Not that we're shocked by this at all. I mean, it really was a change in setup that we saw here last year when he was able to make it up to that podium. And it was him just trying to go as fast as he possibly could. You can tell, I mean, there's not a ton of tire smoke coming off that car, which is a good indicator that he's making an immense amount of grip. Falvey does a great job, though. I mean, he's going to know how Passeur's got his car set up. It's not like it's a secret. And Falvey does a really, really good job of still keeping a decent amount of proximity. He's not chopping a ton of line, but I mean, it's still going to be kind of in his head that you're watching that full car kind of walk away from you in a few spots. So it will be interesting when we swap this back around. Falvey's got a ton of style. The car is obviously a little bit slower than what we're seeing with Passeur, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Passeur's car, man, it's wild. It's like he's so good at finding traction in it. You know, while he's driving, like you don't hear him banging off the rev limiter. No. He's always in the power bands. It's really, really impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive and quite surprising to see how quickly he pulled off the line as well.
Yeah.
Passeur was like a rocket ship, and I think that launched Connor Falvey out. I was just watching back on another replay the judges have that they're looking at from the start line, and you could see that Connor Falvey lit the tyres off the car coming off the line, and that kind of didn't play into his hand, and I think we're going to see that bit today. Jack Shanahan did the same against Clint Van Oort, absolutely disappeared in that lead position, and the tech screws.
We need bigger tech screws.
Yeah, we need longer tech screws.
Yeah. Oh, we got a new technique. Okay, we're going to push from the back. There it is.
There we go.
Full connection now. We're double tapping it.
Double tapping. Well, as we see.
Does Martin send a bill? He should. Can you
This is an extra.
Yeah, he takes tips though, right?
This is an extra. This is another service that Martin provides after hours, off the start line.
After hours, he'll do your body work.
He'll do your body work for you in the paddock. There we go. Back on the line. Connor Falvey would have been on the radio to the spotters down there in the spotters area. Would have wanted some information. Well, let's see how it works out this time as Connor Falvey sits on the line to lead out Kevin Purser. We know Purser's car's fast. Can he tame the beast behind young Connor Falvey from Ireland as he fires in? Look at this, Purser on the inside. Big mistake from Kevin Purser. Late on the initiation, he fires in. He's almost backwards coming down to outside zone 4. Connor Falvey stands on it all. Purser tickling the door of the S15 as they fire back once again. Kevin Purser's going to find himself on the inside as Falvey fires big angle on it across the line.
That's exactly what Falvey needed to do.
Yeah,
like
style run.
Yes,
because
he went out.
The gripped up chase car can't deal with that.
Exactly. That is the perfect thing to do there. You know he's fast. You know that car wants to launch every time it touches throttle. Just throw it all out there. Big angle, big initiation. Falvey's got the tires lit up, and Purser doesn't even initiate. It looks like he is driving straight all the way through 1 and 2. He doesn't actually, to me, I mean, it might be quote unquote drifting, but it's on the ragged edge until all the way till 3.
Well,
that's a tough call.
I mean, you look back at the replay from the start of the run, Kevin Purser's wheels were almost straight until outside zone 3.
It was understeering all the way through.
He was understeering for a hell of a lot of the run. And I think even he got caught at the pace of Connor Falvey coming off the line.
I think Connor's been practicing his launch as well, like coming off the line. It's something we don't talk enough about, that like getting a launch out of the gate is so massive, especially at a track like this
where speed is a massive key.
160 kilometers an hour going into 4, which means that like by 3 you're already over 100. You're doing highway speed sideways. So I think the beginning of that run is going to be the biggest talking point when it comes to this, as we get another beautiful shot. And you can see all that rubber
heat.
filter.
Look at the heat. It's a big key for me. And I mean, it's coming off the track and off the cars. The track is, I think it's ramping up.
Yeah.
I think the track is now ramping up.
Cook lunch on the tarmac.
Well, judges take a look back at the replay again. We wait to see if there's a decision falling. You can see the Estonian flags there flying. Judges still looking at the replay.
I would love to see that start again. I think that's a big part of it. Or judges might already have their decision in.
Well, it's in. Slide them left for Purser, right for Connor Falvey. It's 1 vote for Falvey. It's going to be Connor Falvey. Connor Falvey gets the win and takes down the man that was on the podium this time last year. And Connor Falvey, could see what it means to him, a little sigh of relief. We could see Becky down there. Becky Evans, who's gone to Connor Falvey. Connor Falvey had a huge sigh of relief, Becky. We could see what it means to the young Irishman. How's he feeling?
Congratulations, Connor. That was so cleanly done. A wonderful battle. Oh, your car's moving, by the way. How was that for you? I mean, that was incredibly done.
Best feeling ever. We didn't even know if we were going to make the battle. There was a low fuel pressure cut, so I didn't know if we were going to make it, but with the help of an unbelievable team behind me, we managed to get the win, so I'm unbelievably happy. Just looking forward to the top 16 now, first one of the year, so thank you everyone for all your help. I can't wait.
Thank you so much, Connor. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
hey, that's a real steel roof. Don't go messing that up. It's going back to Ireland, though, for round 3, so some time in between to repair it. We go back on the line. Simon Olsen take on Alan Hines. Interesting fact for you right now, because, yes, one man is from Norway, one is from Ireland. Both vehicles built by James Dean.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and I gotta say to all the Norwegian fans sitting back at home right now, 7. Mai, it is their national day today. So
National holiday?
National holiday,
okay.
Big day back in Norway, so enjoy the day off, and you get to watch some racing.
Well, there we go. So both guys piloting James Dean built machines, both 2JZs, both 1,000 horsepower. Where does the talent lie? That's what we want to know. It's going to be Simon Olsen to lead out Alan Hines as they fire off the line and through the gears. Big flick to initiation from Simon Olsen, but Alan Hines keeps it with him. A little wobble from Hines as he transitions behind Simon Olsen. They fire down to outside zone 4. Almost contact. Hines has to back out of it as Simon Olsen keeps his cool, flicks it to outside zone 7 and down in for inner 8. This is lovely from Simon Olsen and across the line.
I think there was contact. I think they did touch. which, I mean, we'll see how this all plays out. Simon Olsen's car, once again, it looks pretty gripped up too. We're seeing a lot of this. This track is really coming in. But yeah, Simon Olsen coming into 4. I think they did. Oh, he dented the door. That was a good hit. Simon, great job of staying into it. And for Alan, I mean, he stays in it as well. That's a racing incident, as you will. But yeah, Alan, he is on a much tighter line with a lot of closing speed.
Big wobble from Alan Hines there. I didn't see it from the first view. You can't see it from that view, but watch the front wheels. They go straight and then he reinitiates, and that's a massive mistake. You see it right. Oh, just before then we can see.
But
Simon Olsen dealt with that so well.
Yeah, he's been, listen, he's been hit before. So this is nothing new to him. Yeah, a little bit earlier in the run, Simon was a bit shallow coming through the initiation point. I think Alan was like, oh man, he's really, really quick and had to go for something, and he did it into 4. The question now is going to be, did Simon light off the tires early enough? And I think that is going to be the point that they're going to be chatting about when it comes to judges, is like, is Simon still decelling in the zone, or is he back on throttle? Taking a look at some of the replays they've got, it's going to be a point of contention for sure.
Certainly will be. We'll come back to that when the judges make their decision and see if that is a point of contention. As both guys pull back to the line, Alan Hines requested just to move forward. We have that laser beam technology here on the start line. Simon Olsen to give chase, Alan Hines to lead, the light goes green, and we are good to send cars for our top 32 battle. As Simon Olsen now jumps onto the back bumper of Alan Hines, he flicks it in. Good line from Hines, a little shallow on outside zone 3, as he gets the rear wheel up to the curb and into outside zone 4. Look at this from Simon Olsen though, as he now hunts down the young Irishman. But S15 where it needs to be, almost contact on the transition. Oh, once again, Simon Olsen in the smoke cloud, not scared as he pushed him across the line.
Yeah, we completely lost Simon on that run. That was pretty wild as the spotter's taking a look. I mean, oh, all right, so this is a very, very identical run to me in the leads, because even Alan takes a minute to light off, and it's a very similar place.
Yeah.
He's almost at the end of the zone.
4, yeah, watch this.
Simon lit off late, I'd say about there. Alan's about the same. Yeah. Now, so the question becomes then, did Simon do a better job of adapting to the same situation? Because Simon didn't hit him.
Yeah, exactly that.
I don't know how you judge that.
Look at this.
Oh,
wow.
Nasty. I wish you would have stayed in it a bit more, though.
Alan Hines did barely brake that outside zone, and that was, look, Simon Olsen fired that car, and it was a risk or reward move.
Yeah, I mean, taking a look at their pedigree and everything else, they're pretty similar. Obviously, Alan's got a massive list of accolades when it comes to the virtual side of things, whereas Simon jumped into to high-level, real-life competition very, very early on. He's been competing for much longer than you would think, considering his age.
Yeah.
But yeah, both them in James Dean equipment just makes it that much better. Not that I think drifting should go spec, but there is something to be said about when you're in the same type of car.
Yeah.
The battles are always pretty crazy.
Yeah, they certainly are. We'll take us to slow motion shots, looking beautiful once again. Judges going back and back over the replay. I think they're looking at what we were talking about there, Jacob, and it's the timing of when the lead car got on throttle outside zone 4. That could be a big factor going into the rest of the day. We're all learning. I know we came here last year in 2025, but things are changing rapidly between these drivers, and they're all adapting and changing setups and driving these tracks differently every single year we go to them.
Yeah, it's been really cool to see, and we've progressed so much when it comes to technology and everything else. So judges are having a tough time with this one, and I understand it. I definitely get it.
Yeah, it's not an easy decision to come to. We can see the Norwegian flag being flown there by some of our fans down there in the grandstand. As we await the decision, thumbs up all around. Well, there we go. Decision looks like it's dropping in. Left for Olsen, right for Alan Hines. It's going to be Alan Hines. Alan Hines gets the win, takes out Simon Olsen, and Alan Hines back for 2026 at Drift Masters. Well, Becky's down there with Alan Hines. We're going to find out. We see his spot there, thumbs up. His dad, Kieran, as he makes his way off. Becky must be super happy. We can see the result there and the smile on his face.
Yes, guys, Alan is absolutely delighted down here. Alan, congratulations, you're through your top 32. After chatting yesterday, you were saying, I'm feeling a little bit nervous, but you're looking pretty strong out here on track. It looked a bit sketchy for a few moments there.
Yeah, of course. Look, I don't even know, like, my mind right now is in 15 different places. I wasn't sure if Simon was going to lead or chase. I'm sure he wasn't sure what he was going to do either. But either way, I knew that we were able to adapt to whatever came in front of us, and we just did that there. We just sent it hard. And look, he's an FD driver. He's competing for many, many years, so I knew we could trust him. And we're both basically the same car. So as Simon said to me earlier, we're at driver versus driver. So I'm very ecstatic for the result, and we're through to the top 16. I can't be more happier.
Fantastic. Thank you, Alan. Congratulations. We'll see you in top 16, guys.
Thank you, Becky. Yeah, over the moon. And yeah, driver versus driver. You were just chatting to the judges there, Jacob. Tell us what they had to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it really came down to 4, and Alan just got on throttle just a little bit earlier than Simon did, and that's kind of what it came down to.
Well, there we go. Back on the line. It's going to be Conor Shanahan take on Diogo Correa. Shanahan opted to lead first, as we hear Alan Hines in the background just leaving the circuit. We'll make sure we get the thumbs up all round before we send cars. Shanahan, that engine changed last night, but let's hear from the main man himself before he comes off the line.
The goal is always to win every race, working your way towards the final. So I think, yeah, we always drive with the mindset, me and my brother, that second place is the first loser. So yeah, win is always what we want.
Well, winning is what he's been doing in 2026, that's for sure. Took the win at round 1. Can he continue that momentum as we move through top 32 competition? And praying hands from Diogo Correa. Not looking too bad yesterday in qualifying. Some of the better runs we've seen from Correa in 2026 as he goes through the gears. That Mercedes-Benz powered BMW just doesn't look like it has what it needs right now, because Shanahan is absolutely up and gone as he fires into outside zone 4 and throttle nice and early. Shanahan fulfilling all of that zone. Correa now starting to catch up, find that lost ground after initiation. Shanahan flicks it in the second to last outside zone. Shanahan watch that car up the hill and across the line.
Yeah, Shanahan, there's the Shanahan family right there, always in big support. Conor's launch was great. It's just a really, really good job getting out of the gate. And I mean, Diogo just didn't quite have the pace coming through the first part of the track. He's got to dive in through 4. Takes him a good minute before he gets in there. You got to be aggressive with Conor. You have to. You know he's going to be with you. So when you're chasing him, you basically have to try and hunt his door down through every turn. Correa maybe deciding to take a bit more of a tepid approach and hope that Conor has a bit more of an issue. It could also be that pacing thing we talked about. Correa's car not as fast, and kind of pulling a Conor Falvey and saying, okay, well, when I go out and lead, you're going to have to wrangle your car back on me. So we'll see. You'll see. It's
dangerous
so many
mindset to have, though, because
it's a huge risk.
It can swing the complete opposite way to what you would assume. And I think Diogo Correa underestimated the grip. The Shanahan's cars off the line seem to be absolutely dialed in and hooked up, and Shanahan was up and gone, and you can see 4 car lengths at initiation from Shanahan to Correa, and I think even Correa there was a little worried. You can see him drop down on outside zone 4 to try and catch up that lost ground, and yeah, it's going to be tricky when we swap them around to see what Correa does. We know Shanahan's car is dialed in. It is whipped up to maximum.
I mean, a good launch comes from great pedal work, and the Shanahans have incredible pedal work, especially Conor. I mean, you're slipping the clutch, you're playing with the throttle, you're trying to find that traction, and the better you are at playing with the clutch and the throttle at the same time, the better that launch is going to be. It's not just a dump the clutch and go. Like, you're trying to find the optimal grip window, and Conor is, I mean, he's an expert at it. Correa, I think, got caught out a little bit, but we're going to swap him around, and anything's possible at this point.
It certainly is. Anything is possible here at Drift Masters. They come off the line. Shanahan to chase down Diogo Correa as Correa now gets into it, smokes the tyres on the back of the BMW, flicks it to initiation. And there's no getting away from Conor Shanahan as he hunts down the Portuguese driver. They're firing into outside zone 4. Correa keeps that rear wheel nice and tidily in it, but Shanahan knows he won't need to do too much until the end of the run as he makes a brave dive across the circuit. Looks for the side of that BMW, now creeps right onto the rear wheel across the line.
Yeah, good run from both of them. Correa, solid lead all the way through. And Conor, I mean, gave him a little bit more room than what you may traditionally expect, but knowing how Conor and his spotter Mats work together, a lot of it is like, hey, find the spots where the other driver didn't have a great part and make sure we nail those. Yeah. Right? If you know, if we're comparing everything, if they didn't do a great job at this part of the track, then we have to make sure that we're doing the best job at that part of the track. But I would expect Conor to be a little bit closer through parts of these. Correa's lead run's not too bad. Would like to see him a little deeper in 4. The inside clips look great. So it's once again, I do think the more we look at it, the more You might be able to pick apart either side of the driver, but it may be a tougher decision. Yeah, Karan, one of, I think only 2. Did we count 2 with the pull-up handbrake?
Yeah.
Just him and Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going the way. It's going the way of the dodo bird.
Yeah.
Have you seen the handbrake from the ceiling, from the roof?
Yeah, I've seen that in America. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild concept.
Yeah. Hey, try something. Easy to bleed.
Yeah, very. Yeah. I think I'll stick to the traditional.
Yeah, traditional.
Yeah.
You keep it on the inside of the shifter, not the outside. You don't pull Mongo.
Yeah,
as they call it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mongo? Is that what they call it?
It's a lie. It's a long story. Yeah, we don't.
There we go. The Portuguese flags are flying, and the fans may be thinking that Diogo Correa's got one over Conor Shanahan here, but we'll see what the judges think. That's for sure. As the decision comes in, side of left for Shanahan, right for Correa. It's unanimous. Conor Shanahan gets the win and advances through. And Shanahan looking like business as always, unbeaten in 2026 so far. As everyone gives a round of applause, we keep the action going, move it back down to the start line to our third place qualifier, Mika Keski-Korpi on the line to take on Dave Egan. And the Finnish driver looking incredible yesterday, I must say.
Yeah.
Practice, qualifying, twin battle practice today, looking really steady in such a good headspace at the moment. And thumbs up from the Finnish driver as he slams the visor closed. That signature orange visor on the crash helmet. Dave Egan in that 2JZ powered A90 Supra. Having some problems earlier with the car, some fuel pressure issues. The team scrambling to get that car ready for practice, and now, here we go, off the line. It's going to be Dave Egan to chase down Mika Keski-Korpi. Egan goes for the back bumper. Keski-Korpi, big initiation, fires in. Dave Egan, though, keeps up with him as he looks for the back bumper, that carbon Kevlar F22 BMW. Oh, Egan goes wide. Goes into the gravel and makes it out of the gravel. As Mika Keski-Korpi catches big understeer coming into outside zone 7, up and across the line as Dave Egan gets it across the line.
Oh, man. Little sketchy there from Dave Egan. He's listening in. He wants to make sure everything is all good to go.
Yeah.
But that's a spooky situation. He is very lucky to be driving out of that pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Mika Keski-Korpi, very, very quick coming through here. Dave's got to get on that straight line approach. And unfortunately, he's got such a fast closing distance. By the time he gets out, he's already on that blue paint. Keski-Korpi is way, way out there. And here's Dave. I think right about here, he went, oh, that's not great. Does a good job. He's bounced around pretty good in there, though. Man, that's very, very lucky for Egan that did not get worse. We saw a couple of drivers. Peter Vatten, unfortunately, he almost rolled the car to a very, very similar situation. But Keski-Korpi up front, this is really, really good. He gets on throttle. That car goes exactly where it's supposed to go. Catches the inside clip there. A little bit shallow. A little bit too far inside. But the rest of that run from the Finnish driver is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Dave probably not used to the speed. Keski-Korpi was firing into outside zone 4. Keski-Korpi probably turned that car up a little bit more, put a little bit more grip into it, tried to drive away from Egan outside zone 4, and it kind of worked to his advantage.
Still carrying some rocks.
Still got some rocks in the wheel. We're just checking the bodywork. Looks like the toolkit's coming back out for Marcin. It's going to be
it's a big build.
He's going to run out.
Yeah, we're going to have to get him some more. It's funny he's opting for that over the speed tape.
Yeah,
he's up
more of a permanent fixture.
Yeah, I think he doesn't want to tape it twice. Just one and done.
He's like, one and done. That's it, fixed.
Yeah. Marcin's repair service. We almost need to get him a shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, let's make sure that gun gets picked up.
Yeah, Marcin down there. Looks like he's ready to go. Looks like they're going to get the leaf blowers out just to try and remove any loose gravel.
Okay, we're good. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just going to blow the gravel out of all of the aero on Dave's cars. You can see these.
Well, you don't want that flying out and hitting Mika as they go for the run-up.
Exactly that. And these carbon Kevlar Supras, they will, the body kit design has so many pockets and curves and shapes, they will hold gravel in them. So Marcin just taking the opportunity to blow that out. He doesn't want it firing in the face of Mika Keski-Korpi. AC get your hand right down.
Now he's detailing the car.
Yeah, catch him down in the paddock.
Yeah. Good job. You can see all that tire buildup on the outside just as they roll back. Those are the little bits and bobs as they turn the car back around and drive back up track that they're picking up. So
yeah, well, back on the line, ready to go. Get the thumbs up from both drivers. You get a green light. Keski Korpi jumps off the line straight away as Egan now in that carbon Kevlar A90 Supra fires through the gear two. Jay-Z screaming, but what can the the BMW do as he fires in? Slow initiation into outside zone 4, but holds onto it this time. Egan on a nice lead line. There's a little wide there. Keski Korpi deals with it. Knows he doesn't have to get too wild as he dives up onto the door. Gives Egan the room to manoeuvre and then lets him get across the line.
Yeah, really, really good run there from Dave. And that's unfortunately what makes that first run of his even more heart-wrenching is that, you know, if maybe if he would have been able to keep into it, that it could have gone one more time, potentially get the win, because the lead run here from Dave is one of the best runs we've seen from him all weekend. Big left foot brake there, gets that car rotated back around. I mean, that inside clip's solid. He's opting to use a lot of curb throughout this track, so it's kind of telling me that there's not a ton of side bite in this car. That's also potentially why it went super wide at 4 on his chase run. But it's floatier, it's a little bit easier to drive. But yeah, it's just unfortunate. Mika Keski Korpi does a great job of adapting to the whole thing. He's really come into his own as a driver. A lot of the mistakes that Mika made in years past have pretty much disappeared now. It's just hard charging for the top.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think Mika Keski Korpi's come back in 2026 with a completely new mindset. We talked about it a lot, and I think he's in a real good place.
Yeah.
He's come back, he's relaxed, he's ready to rock and roll. And I think you're coming up against the Mika Keski Korpi this year, which is way more dangerous than there was in the past. So there we go.
I think just his sleeping arrangements with the new rig are better.
Yeah.
He's getting better sleep. He's just, doing great.
Well, there we go. Left for Keski Korpi, right for Egan. It can only go one way. Mika Keski Korpi will get the win. Dave Egan unfortunately bows out of competition, and the Finnish driver keeps our hope alive. Becky's down there with the Finnish driver. We're going to catch up with him. He's on an absolute fly this year, Becky. He seems to be in a completely better place.
An absolute flyer, yes, Dave. Mika, congratulations on getting through your top 32. We talked last time about your mindset changing and how comfortable you now feel in the car. It's really working out for you.
Yeah, I think we finally find the setup for the car, and our whole team has now put like 100% effort in everything what we are doing, and I think we can see now it on the track.
Absolutely, we can see it on the track. You're looking so comfortable. We'll see you in the top 16. Well done.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you, Becky. Yeah, he does. He just looks comfortable. The whole team, the mindset. You go down there in the paddock and hang out with those guys. They're all smiling.
Yeah.
They're in a good place.
They're tanning.
We rocked up here on Thursday, and they were all tanning in
As
the
a
pits.
group.
They were just tanning, like
slaying out there, having a good time, getting the sun in.
Good place to be. Well, there we go, everyone enjoying an ice-cold Red Bull around the property. Me and you too, Jacob. We need it. Been a long day yesterday.
Yeah, a little secret note. If you listen closely at opening, I always crack one just so we start
You
the
can
show.
hear it on the
Every
broadcast.
time.
But this is going to be an interesting one that kind of glossed over a little bit.
I know.
David Spossop to take on Jason Benet. Now, Spossop, the higher qualifier, sits on the line, qualifying in 40 minutes, shoves the window.
No,
I don't
we don't
want
want
to
any.
talk to you. Yeah. I don't need any of that. Spossop sits on the line at lead position. Jason Benet, the Frenchman, ready to chase him down. And Benet always smiling inside that car, looking real good yesterday in qualifying. And the two guys almost very close qualifying scores. They come off the line and through the gears. Spossop from Poland to lead out Jason Benet. Benet right down the inside. Look at this from the Frenchman, not messing around. Gives him the room to manoeuvre, backs out of it a little too early. Now has to play catch up. The Spossop hammers through outside zone 4, and the Polishman is up and gone. And Jason Benet desperately trying to find that lost ground as Spossop fires into that final outside zone to cross the line.
Yeah, Jason Benet let me know there was a couple of mechanical issues they were chasing down. I'm wondering if those are rearing their head now, because it just seemed like that car didn't really come into power correctly. It just never at any point. Oh, look at the back wheel. I just saw it in a replay. I wonder, maybe it was just the way the angle was, but it looked like maybe
he's DB'd
He did DB, yeah.
He DB'd.
Oh, man. When did that happen?
He DB'd on initiation.
Oh, no.
Jason Benet DB'd. Look at that. You can see that wheel. Look at that tyre.
Oh,
it's
wow.
almost off the rim.
It's hanging in there, though.
That's why he lost so much ground.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it from the first runs, from our initial run that I normally call.
Yeah.
You just couldn't see it because we're focusing on the lead car as the main priority.
It's still on. It looks like it held. So, Yeah, he's going to know pretty early that something's not right with the car. But he looks very calm, almost a little sad.
Yeah, hand up. Oh, wow, what a shame for Jason Benet.
He knows.
And it was interesting because initiation, he was right in the pocket, right up on the side of David Spossum, and all of a sudden just falls back, falls away from it, and can't get himself back into the fight. And there we go, no wonder why. Had debeaded a tyre after initiation.
Yeah, it's you're not putting the traction down.
Yep, so there we go. We're going to go back down to the start line, and we are getting confirmation that Jason Benet disqualified from competition. Unfortunately, no tyre changing, no 5-minute rules. He waves. Oh, unbelievable. Such a shame for Jason Benet. David Spossum will make his way down. No second run required because of the disqualification for Jason Benet. Oh, what a way to go out.
Oh, it sucks. He was looking really, really good, too, in Spossum spotters. He might be the happiest guy right now.
That's David Spossum's dad.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, David Spossum's dad. Waves along. Very happy guy.
It's like we took him to the candy factory. He's so happy.
I'll let you say that to him.
No. Listen, I would look the exact same way if you took me to a candy factory. But yeah, Spossum's going to be taking the win there. Man, unfortunate for Jason Benet.
Yeah, very unfortunate. There we go. We make it official. Spossum gets the win, advances through to the top 16, and looking really good. I kind of doubted him yesterday in qualifying. He didn't look super strong and weren't the cleanest qualifying run. We talked about the gearing in the car, you know, clipping the rev limiter and all that sort of thing. But I tell you, it turned it up for the top 32 today, and now finds himself in the top 16 to face off against Mika Keski-Korpi.
That's going to be a really good battle.
Yeah.
That's going to be really good. Top 16, I don't want to give away too much, but man, it is looking stacked.
Yeah, it's we have real good battles coming up.
Yeah.
So there we go. We have made it official. We just need to get these drivers, give them the information.
We just need to tell them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jason Benet knows what's going on.
Yeah. Look at everybody packed in here, though.
Yeah, place is sold out today here at Jarama Circuit in Madrid.
Wow.
Plenty of people enjoying the sights and sounds. Look at this. Incredible. And why not? Sun shining. National holiday yesterday here in Spain, I do believe.
Okay.
So I think everyone's taken the Sunday off as well. We go back on the line to our next battle. 2 more left in top 32. First one up will be Dwayne McKeever to take on Harry Kerr. This is one that I was looking forward to.
Yeah, this is the battle that Ian called out a little bit earlier. And the speed tape makes a return.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited. I would love to. I don't know if anybody keeps track of Irish drifting records, but it'd be interesting to see if they've battled together or how many times and how that's gone over the years.
Yeah, I'm sure they have definitely seen competition before. Dwayne McKeever opts to lead first, the higher qualifier. Harry Kerr slams that 2JZ BMW into gear. And McKeever, that 2JZ 180SX for 2026. Through the gears, big snap to initiation for Dwayne McKeever. And look at this, no shaking Harry Kerr as he stays with him. Oh, wow, dangerous transition from Harry Kerr. McKeever late into outside zone 4 as now Harry Kerr gives him the room to manoeuvre. Will he make a brave dive down into the outside zone? He does. Lets that car wash right onto the side of that 180SX, up and across the line.
When we talk about mimicry, I think Harry Kerr's got it completely nailed.
He's a master of it.
He's so good at it. Maybe not super on the door, but like he's transitioning at the same time. He mirrors the same angle, does a great job of getting the same line down. Look at that. That's almost parallel all the way through that section of the track. Harry Kerr does such a good job of it. Dwayne's out doing exactly what he does. Big, snappy transitions. Initiation looks good. Holds a ton of line. You know, basically forgets what the brake is and goes through the entire run looking very, very stylish. His little headlights are flickering in the wind. Fun run. I'm wondering, same thing on this next one. The spotter getting in Dwayne's ear and goes, listen, he did a really good job, but he didn't get super close. And Dwayne just goes, yeah, say no more. So we'll see how it ends up playing out. But right now, this is heads up going into this next battle. Nothing between them.
Yeah, certainly is. And as you say, I think proximity is going to be the only thing, the key for this, as both those guys head back down towards the start line. Harry Kerr spins that car around to lead out Dwayne McKeever. McKeever just taking a moment to scrub those front tyres. Harry Kerr takes a look at the dash of the car, looks at the vitals.
Yeah, they're good. Slam the laptop shut.
Well, there we go. McKeever on the line. Little shake of the head, ready for action, ready to get himself into the main show this afternoon. Don't forget, 3:50 p.m. local time for top 16 if you're watching along on Red Bull TV. Up next, the second half of the battle between Harry Kerr and Dwayne McKeever as they fire through the gears at H-pattern. G-force gearbox coming into action, and look at this from Harry Kerr, fires it in, shallows up a little bit as McKeever now makes a brave dive onto the back end of that BMW, almost making contact. McKeever right up onto the door, not letting Harry Kerr get away. They transition back, and Kerr doing a very good job. McKeever down the inside on the handbrake as Kerr puts it across the line, hand out the window.
Oh, not supposed to do that, but it's okay, it was worth it. How do you get it out the window? Was it out that's not a very big window.
Out of that little hole, yeah.
You sure you didn't crack the door open? Man, this is what I hope for. This is what I want. It's what we all wanted. It's Harry Kerr with a great lead run, and Dwayne just trying to door him the entire way around. So they transition into 4, and now you start to see Dwayne almost supersedes. It's a very, I mean, it is, but it's a very Irish-looking chase. You get that, right up next to him. You wait for them to fire off, and then you're in a great spot. And we'll see it here through transition. Great work on that from Harry Kerr. He is locked in, coming all the way around 4. It gives you an idea of what it feels like in that car too, and you can kind of see how that camber rolls off. And look at Dwayne. Oh, so good. Such a great job. He could have made contact there, and we've seen Dwayne make contact already.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does a great job. Gets caught up just a little bit coming through the last section, and then make sure to end in a really good spot. Fun battle.
Yeah,
I could watch them go all day.
And you could tell that Harry Kerr was enjoying that with a little wave to Dwayne out of the window. That was incredible stuff.
He's telling, come on, let's go.
Yeah. Can we do it again?
Yeah.
Can we go again?
Yeah. No, it's good when drivers get to show off like this, especially representing their countries. It's such a good time.
Yeah, it certainly is. Both guys out of the car, they're having a laugh between each other. Decisions in. Who's it going to be taking it through to the top 16? It's going to be Dwayne McKeever. Dwayne McKeever gets the win and advances on to the top 16. You see his partner down there, very happy with that, and the Irish fans too. Becky's down there on the ground. Becky, what's the vibe?
Harry, it's incredible to have you here with us at Drift Masters for your first full season. Obviously, you didn't want to go out top 32, but how was that for you, driving with someone that you know so well?
Yeah, very good. Me and Dwayne's battled I don't know how many times in the last 2 years, and this battle here was for him to even it up. So now it's even Stevens. Next time's mine.
Oh, there you have it. Congratulations. Well, we'll see you next time. Even Stevens.
Even Stevens.
A call out there.
Wow, a little call out between those two guys.
I like it.
Harry Kerr almost signaling he let him get the win.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, he's definitely calling him out a little bit.
Oh,
so
for sure.
Hopefully we see him go at it again.
Yeah, we certainly will do, and we might even do it their home track in just a few weeks' time when we head to Mondello Park, the home of Irish drifting. Back on the line for the final battle of our top 32, ladies and gentlemen, will be Nasser Al-Habali take on Juha Putelasco.
Good job on that. Practicing.
I've been practicing,
yeah. That's great.
It's the one name that's eluded me for many years now. So.
I've been trying for 2 years, and I'm corrected every single time I say it.
Yeah, I'll still be corrected. It's fine. On the line, the man from Finland, qualifying in 22nd place. So not a great job in qualifying, but tough job at round 1. That car not playing ball, losing oil pressure. Looks like the car and the team have got it dialed. Starting to build the revs. He knows that Nasser Al-Habali and that supercharged V8 carbon Kevlar 400Z will not be messing around as a man from El Salvador fires it in full throttle. And you can see already Putelasco finding the side of that carbon Kevlar car. Almost washes a little wide, stays on the throttle. As Nasser Al-Habali putting that car right where it needs to be, that perfect lead line, back on the throttle once again. No real proximity here from Putelasco as they bring it across the line.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, it's definitely fun on that run. You could tell that Juha, on the run-up, he rolled it pretty well to make sure that that Nasser wasn't going to be able to get away from him. And on initiation, he was really tight to him. There it is. Look at that roll-up. He's watching. He tucks in just behind it. That's very close. And then as they initiate out, I mean, Nasser's car is just so quick. And for Putelasco, he's doing his best to try and get back into the pocket, does so in outside zone 4, but Nasser gets on the throttle just after Juha gets the car settled and is able to walk away just a little bit. So for me, I think Juha's got everything he needs to win a lot of these battles. It's just a little bit of the timing of trying to know when the drivers are going to get on throttle. That's kind of the difference maker that's been for him. So, but for Nasser, great lead run. He's got a little bit of space here to be able to clean things up if he moves on, but I think in the chase, Nasser's gonna have to be in the pocket for the vast majority of this to really make sure that decision heads home and in his direction.
Yeah, I was just watching it back. There wasn't nothing in that run that really went wow. There wasn't a wow moment.
Yeah.
It was a clean lead, a clean chase, no real great proximity between these two guys, but nevertheless, they kept it clean. There was no damage. There was no chaos.
I'm down for just clean runs.
Yeah. But I like a wow factor.
I agree, and we'll see here. I think he's going to have to try and stay within half a meter of Juha through all the major zones.
But he's going to have to stamp a little bit of authority on the run to swing it his way. If he wants to move on to the top 16, they get the green light to go. Boy, let's go. Leads off Nasser Al-Habali as they fire in to that touch and go. Now bang on the throttle as Nasser Al-Habali wanders and wavers in the background. Now starts to get himself into the mix and dives onto the door. Putelesco out of outside zone 4 as he tries to get himself back on that qualifying line. Nasser Al-Habali doing an incredible job in that chase position. That carbon Kevlar 400Z on the door. Wow.
Yeah, judges loved it too. I mean, judges are here. They're stoked on it. Nasser did exactly what he needed to do. He timed things so well. Every transition, every zone, he was able to get on throttle at the exact same time that Juha did. And that's really the difference maker for me.
Watch the replay of this from Nasser Al-Habali. Look at that dive onto the front wheel and then stays there. Watch this.
He doesn't supersede either. Like, it's not like he's shooting out past him. Great job in the transitions. Very, very tight every time that they've got to swing different directions. But yeah, Nasser, he is right in there. That is such a good chase run. Watch here at the transition. He times it really, really well. Dives that car in at the last moment when he needs to. Make sure that that Putelesco's car has already made the transition before he goes for it. And there it is. Slides in right next to him. Takes the inside zone to be able to catch up a little bit.
Look at that.
Make sure to finish on
I love
his
the
door.
way he can creep the car up into the door. It's like he's taking a bite, taking a bite, taking a bite, and then just waiting. And then as soon as he gets comfortable, boom, he's up onto the door.
But he's not taking a whole bunch of angle out. Yeah, he's not like, it doesn't look like big corrections. He does it in very, very smart locations. So, yeah, great job there. I mean, and Juha's lead run was solid, too.
Yeah,
like,
very
he
good.
gave him all the opportunity in the world to be able to put on a chase like that, so.
Apart from outside zone 4, which was a mistake, he kind of got into it, fell out, and then that was about it.
But here, I mean, here in 2026, like, one zone is the difference between winning and losing.
Winning and losing, yeah. It's a top 16 or a going home in top 32.
Yeah, exactly. So, wow, great job from both these drivers. Juha's car is already looking like it's seen
well
some days.
used.
Yeah,
they're all looking well used. From brand new cars at round 1 in Spain, in Italy, to how they look now. They have had a bit of a beating. Will it be go decisions in? Will it be Nasser Al-Habali? Will it be Juha Putelesco? It's going to be Nasser Al-Habali, the man from El Salvador, gets the win, advances through to the top 16. Very, very happy. And Al-Habali in that carbon Kevlar Nissan 400Z, getting the job done, moving himself into the big show later on today.
Yeah, what a top 32, man. It was great. We had some incredible chases and amazing leads. Not too much on the old stone throwing or oil downs. Had a few. We got a view of it.
We got a little
nothing
view,
crazy.
but nothing crazy. Well, this is it. This is what our top 16 will look like this afternoon. James Dean take on Espen Road, Bertan's take on Raman Chandrasekhar. Juha Rinden's take on Jack Shanahan, Viajsek to take on Randlew.
Yeah, on the other side, Paolo Korpelinski, Connor Falvey, that is going to be interesting. Hines and Connor Shanahan, another Irish battle going down. Mika Keski-Korpi and David Sponsov, that's going to be fun. They're both really on it. Dwayne McKeever against an incredible Nasser Al-Habali. Woo, top 16 is spicy.
It certainly is spicy. Things are getting hot and heavy on track, and the temperature is going to raise as we move forward to our top 16 in just a few hours' time. I'm sure Becky's down there somewhere, Jacob. We're going to find out with them. Because Becky's down there. We're going to catch up with Becky. Becky, what are you up to? What's going on? That was a hot and heavy top 32.
It sure was, guys. I have come down to the paddock because there is a car that absolutely caught my eye this weekend. I'm here with Roman, who's just got through his top 32 battle. Roman, incredible. First time at Drift Masters, and you're through to the top 16.
Yes, amazing. I am first time in Drift Masters after 4-5 years of competing in local championship, and it's amazing to be here. I need all pilots need push as much as they can, and I like it.
Absolutely. I mean, incredible effort there. I mean, look at this car. I mean, an AMG GT, like we've seen RS chassis here. It's so good to have something new. How long did it take you to build it?
It was around 2 years, but with a small team, only 2 guys, it can be faster.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you in the top 16, Roman, and you've got Nicholas Burton's next, so we know that's going to be a big battle.
Yes, it should be a great battle.
Perfect. All right then, guys, I'm going to go cool off for a little bit because our top 32 was heated. We are going to be joining you back at 3:50, so make sure you buckle in, get ready for that. We're going to be back with our top 16. We'll see you soon.